Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another reaction video. So let's watch Savage promos and modern WWE feuds. The other day we reacted to wrestlers who just could not cut a promo, and then this one popped up on my recommended, so we are gonna watch it. So let's get into it.
Promos are the lifeblood of professional wrestling feuds. They can turn a shit angle into something magical. Now, the actual match might still end up being hot garbage, but that's beside the point. Today, let's look at some of the most savage promos in modern wrestling feuds.
Maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's dead.
Well, damn.
When it comes to promos, few people are as untouchable as John Cena is on the mic.
And the night you made the most noise was ironically the night your microphone was turned silent.
The former doctor of thugonomics has built a career out of owning other superstars with truth bombs, and there's no better example of this than with Roman Reigns. This happened during the contract signing for their match at No Mercy. Now, this was at a time when the tribal chief was still pretty green on the mic.
You are a sniveling little suck-up sellout full of suffering succotash, son!
What? It's really worth noting how much better he's become since. More on that later. Roman never stood a chance here to begin with. John Cena destroys him.
Have I done a Roman Reigns roasting people video yet? Have I? I don't think I have. Because I've done some like different wrestlers roasting videos, but I don't think I've done Roman Reigns yet. I'm gonna have to find a video if I haven't.
Off-rip, calling him a cheap-ass corporately created John Cena bootleg.
It's
Roman tries to
him
make a comeback, but the fans simply weren't buying it.
You're a yes man who can learn how to do anything or be anything.
Cena calls Roman a damn fool, and that there's a saying, it's better to keep your mouth shut and have people think you're stupid than to open it and prove them right.
You should be ashamed I'm a part.
And folks, this is why 5 years later, Roman decided to become a part-timer as well. Roman would eventually bounce back and beat Cena on their match, but on this night, the big dog got turned into Cena's little bitch.
Damn!
AJ Styles also got victimized by John Cena on the mic earlier that year. In the weeks leading up to their 5-star worthy match at Royal Rumble, the Phenomenal One and the leader of the nation had a verbal sparring to hype up their match. Though AJ Styles got a few jabs in there, talking about how he's the one holding it down while Cena left, and that Cena knows he's the better man. It was John Cena, however, who completely goes off and turns the Phenomenal One into the sad one. He says that Styles has only been hot for 6 months, but he's the one who held the place down for like a decade.
Dude, you've been hot for like 6 months. I held this place down for well over a decade.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
He also disses the indie scene a bit, saying,
I wasn't built for the indie scene. I was built for the WWE, for SmackDown Live, for the Royal Rumble, for moments like right here, right now.
And now AJ is nowhere near his level, shutting him up for good. Speaking of AJ Styles, the Phenomenal One would be the target of a verbal assault from Samoa Joe at SummerSlam 2018. In the weeks prior, Joe has been weirdly obsessed on targeting AJ's family, calling AJ out for not being a good father and husband. Ooh. This would all finally reach a climax at SummerSlam, as during the middle of their match, Samoa Joe would grab a microphone and tell AJ's wife and kid, who are in the front row,
"But I'll be your new daddy."
This infuriates AJ, who would eventually come out on top.
Damn.
The pandemic era might not be looked at with.
Me personally, I'm gonna have to turn into John Morant. Me personally, you go get shot.
Fondness for wrestling fans. But one of the bright spots of this time was Drew McIntyre's great WWE Championship run. It's a shame we never got to see it with the live crowd, since he had a lot of great feuds, one of which was with Randy Orton. During the build-up for their title match at SummerSlam, he tells a story of how Vince at one time or another once told both of them how they were the chosen ones and the future of this industry. But things didn't go quite as planned. Drew literally spat some hard facts on Randy's career. How Orton's early accolades were fed to him on a silver platter because his dad was Cowboy Bob Orton. Or how unlike Orton, he never had anyone like Evolution's influence to clean up his mess. And when he made his mistakes, he got punished and even got fired for it. But oh man, perhaps my favorite line of this entire promo was when Drew had this to say.
Deserved to get fired. I've been fired way more times than I was fired.
Not to be outdone, Randy Orton delivers a savage receipt, admitting that he should have been fired multiple times, but he wasn't and Drew was, because he's more valuable to the company than McIntyre ever were or ever will be.
I am more valuable to this company than you ever were or ever will be.
He calls himself the chosen one then, now, and forever. This was an intense back and forth between two of the top guys in the industry that really hyped up their ensuing match. When it comes to great women's rivalries, Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair has to be there at the top. It's no denying that Sasha Banks is really great when it comes to in-ring skills, but the legit boss can be savage at times in the mic as well. A week after losing the Raw Women's title to Sasha, Charlotte made the biggest mistake of her life by calling her a one-night stand. Banks destroys Flair by saying,
"You're the daughter of Ric Flair. If it wasn't for a one-night stand, you probably wouldn't be standing here."
absolute savagery. Now the other half of the Four Horsewomen had some great verbal encounters as well. The Raw after Royal Rumble, Bayley and Becky Lynch got into a heated exchange, with Bayley sparing no insult to Becky here. She calls her overrated, and how she's not even good enough for his husband Seth Rollins, and that the only reason he married Becky is because he knocked her up. Legit triggered by this. Almost as if she wasn't expecting this kind of personal attack from Bayley. What an absolute heel. The New Day and the Usos had a legendary rivalry that spanned for multiple years. One of the best things to ever come out of it was a rap battle that happened during the lead up to their match on Battleground 2017. Now this segment has too many great back and forth from both teams that it deserves a personal watch. So I'll just show here some of my favorite ones.
Hey, Big E, let's just keep it PG. Just don't get all rated R like your boy Xavier Woods. Then you used to be Jamaican. Nah, you was Jamaican.
I remember this popping up
Absolutely nothing
in a reaction I did.
you on Total Diva. Y'all should get back to doing what you do best, and that's carrying bags for who? That's carrying bags for Roman.
Looking ahead into more recent examples, we see Austin Theory offering a returning John Cena a gift to challenge him for the US title at WrestleMania 39. But Cena wasn't having it. He tore this man apart like it's nobody's business. He pretty much validates what fans think about Austin Theory.
Just like every single person in here, we don't care about you.
And why fans don't care about him, because they don't believe in him. He says Theory's in his face of ruthless aggression, which almost got Cena fired in his early days, and how he's a pair of trunks away from being a jabroni.
You're a pair of trunks away from being a jabroni.
John Cena says Austin Theory has the best name in WWE history, because that's exactly what he is.
There is no name better than Austin Theory, because that's exactly what you are. A theory.
Cena ends by saying the US champ doesn't have it in the head, doesn't have it in the heart, and doesn't have it in the other head. Man, this was a verbal undressing unlike anything I've ever seen. Their match at WrestleMania should be a passing of the torch moment for Austin Theory, unless Cena wins lol. The next one is definitely one of my favorite confrontations for a WrestleMania main event feud, as Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns meet face to face for the first time to hype up their main event match for WrestleMania 39. Cody, as prolific in the mic as ever, had a couple of great lines here talking about how Roman has become an impossible mountain to climb for some, and how he's been overcoming those impossibilities his entire career, and at one point even makes a reference to All In.
Goalpost moved again. There's no way that 10,000 people would pay to see me and my buddy's little indie show. So for everybody else, Roman Reigns might be impossible. Just not for me.
Impossible.
Remember when I mentioned earlier how much better Roman has been with his mic skills since? Yeah, this is proof of that. Roman's response was straight up fire. Starting off by playing to Cody's lack of main event experience first.
Let me switch gears here. Let me ask you a question. You ever won that one? Have you ever even competed for one of these? Have you ever been in the main event of WrestleMania before?
Then saying that he's been groomed for the main event by not only his father, but Cody's father Dusty Rhodes as well. He says that Dusty was the first man that put the confidence in him and even made a damn fine Dusty impression.
That you couldn't sell it if you wanted to. You are it.
Then Roman went full on savage. He asks Cody if he wanted to know what Dusty always used to say about him.
You want to know what he used to always say about you? Nothing.
When he's with Dusty, it was like Cody did not even exist. Roman talks about missing Dusty some more, but as he picks up his titles, he goes for the kill by saying,
If there's anything that he didn't teach you, I will.
Cody would respond back calling Roman one of Dusty's fabled kids, and making a reference to what Paul Heyman said weeks prior about Roman being the son Dusty always wanted.
You, Cody, were his favorite son, but Roman Reigns was the son he always wanted.
Cody says that if that's the truth, then it's now become a necessity for him because the only way he can validate his existence is by beating Roman at WrestleMania. It was a masterclass in promo work from both men, with Roman showing the world why he's the top dog in the business and Cody delivering his message with so much passion and emotion. The fact that this didn't need any beatdown angle and they just shook hands after says it all. Two of the hottest acts in wrestling having a war of words. You love to see it. Last but not least, Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. This is the closest to a work shoot style promo I've seen WWE do in quite some time. Rollins and Riddle have had real life heat even before coming to blows in a wrestling ring. This heat finally reached a boiling point when both men had a sit-down interview with Corey Graves a week before their match at Clash of the Castle. The promo starts off pretty standard, with both men bickering over each other. Towards the end of the interview is where it really starts to get interesting, as Riddle decides to take the first pot shot, pun intended, saying,
"There's only one man in your marriage, and that's Becky, bro."
Corey Graves cuts the interview short with a furious-looking Seth Rollins, but that is far from the end of it. The commentators cut to a footage after the interview. Seth asks
he
if
do
Riddle
be
was
wearing,
still
the little flamboyant outfits and shit like that. He do be wearing some outfits. But what do you mean by that?
there, then proceeds to make some disgusting comments about his family.
Let's talk about your family. Oh, wait, you ain't got one because your wife divorced you and took your kids and they don't want to see your bitch ass anymore, huh?
Riddle loses his mind, understandably so, and threatens Rollins saying this.
"Dude, you don't get, I'm not gonna beat you up. I'm gonna you up, bro. Where the are you? Where are you?"
I was genuinely shocked when I saw this for the first time. No
Shut
one
up.
expected Rollins to go this low and air out Riddle's personal problems on live television. What made it so much more effective is that they were both in faraway, undisclosed locations, which just added to the tension even more.
Y'all wasn't even at least 2 miles away from each other. Oh, okay. That's gonna do it for this reaction, y'all. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see y'all in the next one. Toodles.